welcome to my video for KillerReviews.com. I am Greg, aka The Butcher, with KillerReviews.com, and I am making this video to talk to you about The Purge, Anarchy. This is a sequel to the very successful film with Ethan Hawke from 2013, maybe, called The Purge. This is part two. Came out 2014, I believe. Oh shit, did it? Oh boy, I think it. Shit, I don't even fucking know. I mean, maybe it came out around Halloween, but I really want to say it was 2014. So this film is written and directed by the same guy, or at least written by James DeMonico. Let's see here. The Purge. I love the idea of this movie so much. Of the movie The Purge. And The Purge 2. The Purge. The idea of The Purge. The Purge itself is what I'm trying to say. Like, I love the idea that once a year the government allows murder. And I think I like it so much because for me it's not totally impossible to believe that this could happen. I mean, we're talking like 50 years from now. Like, and I can see why they would put this in place, because it probably would cut out a lot of crime. I mean, I don't know. Call me crazy. I'd love your thoughts on that too. Like, would the Purge actually be effective? I'd love your thoughts on that. But, the way you see society is today, and the way television is today, what if 50 years from now, or 100 years from now, if the world's still here, it doesn't seem impossible. It seems very unlikely, of course, but it doesn't seem impossible. Yeah, it might be like 1% chance in the next 100 years, even 0.01% chance, whatever that minute, little, tiny percentage. It seems like it's possible, and for that reason, I really like it, and I think it's terrifying. Like, I think it's terrifying. The idea, the concept. It's probably one of the. I said this on a podcast a while ago. It might be like my favorite concept since Freddy Krueger being able to kill you, in your dreams. Like, everybody has to sleep, and if you fall asleep, you'll die. Like, I just the seed of the idea of the Purge, the core seed of the story. Every year, for 12 hours, killing is legal. And you don't know who to trust. Like, that's what's so cool. It's like, you literally, it could be like your brother who's insanely jealous of your life, and it's okay to, like let's say they have this underlining thing, that really bugs them for like their entire lives, and they just break one day and kill you or whatever. I love that idea of you never know, even in your own house, if you're safe or not. And I mean, The Purge Anarchy explores this. So okay, I think we have to understand that based on The Purge 1 and The Purge 2, which is Anarchy, these movies aren't, in my opinion, great movies. They're not going to be on the caliber, like great horror movies to me would be like Sinister, that came out with Ethan Hawke. I mentioned that because Ethan Hawke is in The Purge. I thought Sinister was really, really good. I don't think The Purge is on the same level because it falls into like a lot of genre cliches. The writing's not very good in my opinion. I mean, it's serviceable, I mean, the movies are making money. These Purge movies are making money, and they work on some level because I do enjoy. I did enjoy The Purge Anarchy. I did. I just want to say, like, going into it, you can't expect a really good movie. You can expect a really fun movie, entertaining, but as far as like a very well crafted, put together piece of filmmaking, you're not going to get that, in my opinion. That's more like fact, actually, in this case. But the story centers around three different groups of people that all on Purge night come together, and the stories are intertwined, and they have to try to survive Purge night. And the main cast of characters is led by this dude that he reminded me of like the Punisher. He's like, you know, tall, dark, and handsome, scruffy, and you know, like dark eyes, you know, and he has a really cool car. And he's kind of like the leader of the group. He goes out on Purge night to purge, and he's actually a good person. He's not a maniac, and he comes across to help people, and you know, shit happens, whatever, blah blah blah. I mean, what am I going to tell you? It is what it is. It's a slightly better than average horror movie, you know. I would have liked to have seen, like, if you're not going to have a really good script, you know, with like surprises and really strong character development, which you don't really need in The Purge, I don't think. But I would have liked to have seen more gore, maybe some nudity, just like a more violent picture. Something to like really, you know, and I don't think every film needs this, you know, this like visual level of violence that I want to see, but I just think it would make it more scary, because it's not the film's not crafted good enough where you can say like, oh well, if you imagine what's going on in that room, it's even scarier, because films that do that work very well in that way. But if the film's not crafted to fuck with your mind and make things scary with what you think they could be, then, you know, I would like to visually see something intense. I mean, it's like a graphic horror or something, you know, something like that. The story is just average. You know, it's funny, the main character, you don't find out what the main character is all about until the very end of the movie. And I feel like if that was brought out earlier, maybe you would, because like the whole movie, the people that he's with will be like, so how come you were out on Purge night? Like you know, what were you purging for? You know, purging's wrong and all this bullshit. And he's like, you shut your mouth and keep moving, right? Like the whole movie, every 10 minutes, they you know, there's like a chase scene. They stop. You know, so what were you doing on Purge night? He's like, you know, keep moving. Then the whole action sequence happens. Then, you know, another character says, you know, it's not right to purge, you know, like, what are you doing? You know, keep moving. Maybe if he had formed, if there was more obvious connection between the main character and the other characters, and actually we cared about them more, and we cared about the main character more, maybe that would have made everything more important. But I didn't really care who lived or died in the movie. I did like the main character. I thought he was really cool. My favorite part of the movie is, and it's a very minor spoiler, but whatever. I mean, it's The Purge, Anarchy. It's not a story spoiler. It's just it's one of the killers. There's this, and I really can't tell you why this person exists or whatever, because that would be a story spoiler. But there's like these huge 18-wheeler trucks, and what they do is the truck stops in like an intersection. They open the back door, and there's a guy with a Gatling gun, and he just like mows down whoever's in the street. And that character was by far my favorite part of the movie. And they explain like what it's all about later on and all that stuff. But I won't give that away. But that was my favorite part of the movie, was the guy in the back of the truck with the Gatling gun. I thought that was really cool. Let me just check my notes, see if I missed anything here. That's it. I have very predictable here too. It's your average fanfare. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because I love the idea of the Purge. I love when they're locking down for the Purge. That's my favorite part of the movie. Like you know, a couple hours before the Purge, and they're all talking, and they're all like locking their doors, and the radio is on, talking about the Purge. So there's a part 3 in the works. I can't wait. It's a guilty pleasure of mine for sure. I'd give the Purge a 3 out of 5, like I said. I think it's worth checking out. if you're a casual horror fan, you probably might like it even more because you're not as too familiar with all the cliches and stuff. But that's The Purge, Anarchy, 3 out of 5. Thumbs up from the Butcher with KillerReviews.com. And thanks for watching. Go to KillerReviews.com and check me out on Twitter, Killer Reviews, and go to the forums and hang out and post and join the community. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Thanks.